Brittany here from Pennies into Pearls. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is where I talk all about living your dream life on less, and sometimes that has to do with the budget. I know the topic can get a little bit boring, but it doesn't have to. I might be a little bit of a nerd when it comes to getting excited about our budget. The reason I get excited about our budget, which by the way is a one income budget at the time, the reason I get excited about it is because it totally gives us so much freedom. If that sounds good to you and you're interested to find out how our family runs our exact family budget, to see all the real numbers that go into our family's bank account, then you're definitely gonna wanna stay tuned. One other quick side note before we get started is you're gonna wanna make sure and follow me on Instagram, because that is where I'm sharing all of our day-to-day frugal living tips. So I share a lot of times what we're eating throughout the day, what we're eating for lunch, what we're eating for dinner, the frugal things that we're doing, whether hubby and I are going out on date night and we found something really fun on Groupon and we got half off. All of our frugal living tips and ideas and just goofiness really is over on Instagram. So make sure that you are following me over there. All right, so let's talk about our family budget. The month of December 2016, the last month of the year, I was gonna say the new year, but no, it's the old year. December 2016, that's what month we're talking about right now. So why does our family decide to share our exact numbers? Some people might think that's a little taboo, or I don't know, some people just don't really feel comfortable sharing their personal finance from their family finance or whatever, your individual bank account numbers. The reason we are sharing it is because I've seen other people on the internet, whether it's blogs or YouTube channels, sharing their family budgets, how they're managing their money. And to make it really relatable, I want to share exactly the numbers that are coming in and going out, where we're saving our money, where we're spending our money, how we paid off our debt. Click this button right here if you want to learn about our debt-free journey, how we finished paying off $20,000 in debt in less than a year. Click this little I, and then there'll be links down below. Point is that when you see somebody else, how their family's running it, maybe you can take some tips from it, bring it back and apply it to your own family's budget, your own family's finances, and hopefully you guys will be able to progress and move forward to reaching your financial freedom. So December 2016, let's talk about our family finances. The first thing that's a little bit similar to our November budget update is that we came a little bit short when it came to how much money we wanted to put into savings. The first thing that affected that was because we as a family, as a couple, decided that my husband was not going to be working overtime during the holidays, where normally he might work the holiday to get the double time and a half, which is really good money. But luckily, our family's in a financial situation now, especially since we have our debt behind us. Figure out what our family at this moment values. Now, I am not bashing on anyone who had to work during the holidays, because I totally understand. I mean, we have been there, done that. My husband's worked holidays the last couple years. I worked holidays when I was working outside of the home. We totally get it. But we've been blessed, and we were able to have the option to have him stay home during the holidays and not working that overtime. So that is a decision we made for our family this year. As a result, we weren't able to put quite as much money into our savings as we'd like to. What it left us with is about $275 short of our goal where we wanted to end at the end of the year 2016. So it's not a huge number. We're really close. We'll be able to surpass our goal once we get our first paycheck in the new year. The other thing that I totally messed up on, and now this just goes to show you that no one is perfect. If you watch my Instagram stories, you would see that we went to Kohl's and we bought a new piece of luggage that we are going to be using as a Christmas gift for myself. The way Kohl's works sometimes is if you're going to be using any of their coupons, they make you use their credit card, which normally I just pay off right away and then I'm done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. But I totally forgot in the hustle and bustle, I had forgot that we'd put that money on the credit card. So I was looking at our budget. I'm like, oh sweet, we have $100 left over. Let's buy a little extra stocking stuffers or whatever. I thought we were staying within our budget, but then I get an email that says, oh, your bill's due. Whoops. Luckily, it wasn't that much. It was only like $150. But because we put $425 into savings each month, we were able to, we just took a little bit of that money that we would have put into savings and just used that to pay off our credit card, the amount that I had forgotten about. So that's another reason why we were a little bit shy of where we wanted to be with our savings goals. And then something fabulous that happened in December of 2016 with our family finances was that my husband got a third paycheck from his job. Now, he gets paid every other week, and depending on the way that the Fridays lay in the month, how many Fridays there are, and the way that the paychecks land on throughout the month, every once in a while, about twice a year, we get 3 paychecks in a month. We set our budget off of 2 paychecks a month. So rather than taking an average monthly income, we just base it off of those 2 paychecks, and then we budget off of that income. So when we get that third paycheck, we have quite a bit of money to move around and put into places where we need to. Typically, in a normal extra paycheck month, what we would do is just go on as normal. We would just pay advance as many bills that are available to pay in advance as possible, because you know some bills you can't pay too far on advance. And then we normally just take that cash, the normal cash out, the $505 that we take out each paycheck, we normally just take that out and then set that completely aside to kind of get ahead of our bills in that way as well. And then any remaining extra money we would just put into an emergency fund, or maybe there's a couple things that we've been setting aside waiting that weren't totally necessary, but we needed the money for. So those are some ways that we would normally use our third paycheck. But if you watched our No Spend January announcement, which I will link right here, and then also in the description box below, if you guys watched that announcement, you would know that our family is going to Disneyland for the first time as a family just here in a couple weeks, which we weren't planning on going quite as soon. So we're doing the no spend month to get some cash, but we sat down and did our Disneyland budget and realized that we are going to need a little bit more money than we're able to save from our no spend month. So we're going to use about $150 from our extra paycheck to go towards that, and then the rest of our limbo money, or the extra money from our extra paycheck, we are just going to push towards our savings for a down payment on a house, which hopefully we will be doing in the year 2017. If you don't already know, check out the links for the no spend month, and it'll give you all the information on it. In a nutshell, you could save over $1,000 this month. You could save that much money. So check it out, because it's a really easy way and quick way to save a bunch of money. All right, so let's jump over to the computer and I will show you real quickly a breakdown of where all our dollars went last month. Oh, and I almost forgot, you guys. This template that I'm about to show you that our family uses every single month, it's really a weekly thing, but that we use for our family budget, you can download completely for free. I have links to that down in the description box below. But also, there's also a free printable for you guys. So if you're more of like a pen and paper type person, I have a Beginners Budgeting Toolkit for you guys. So it has the printables, and then it also has the Excel spreadsheet on there. So you might want to go download that if you haven't already. Hey, you guys, here it is. This is our month of December 2016. This is what our budget looked like. Okay, I'm going to click down here to show you a quick little sneak peek of our January 2017, which I made it look just like what you guys can download for free if you use the link down below. So it'll be a little bit more easy to transfer over what we're doing to your own budget, because it's going to look exactly the same. But anyways, this is what December looks like. We are going to be focusing right here over in this left side of the screen. This right here, I don't think I've ever explained. This is just like a little calculation that I set up for myself. I enter in what our bank balance currently is, and then as I put in what bills we're going to be paying, just so I can see how much money we'll have left over. And then let's say that I didn't have to pay this bill for whatever reason. So then you'll see that it changes this, and I know that I still have a little bit more wiggle room, and I can add that to my savings. Anyways, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but you don't need to really know about this. This is just a little side note that I use for myself. Same thing down here. This is a side thing for our no spend month that we are currently doing in January. So taking a quick look over here, again, I will explain that this right here are our monthly expenses. Down here is what we pull out per paycheck. See, per paycheck. That means we're pulling it out at least twice a month, and this is our cash that we're pulling out each month. Now you'll see right here, these are the bills that we pull out for our first paycheck, and these are the bills that I pay with our second paycheck. So every paycheck, this is what we're pulling out. $150 for monthly groceries, $50 for weekly groceries. Check out my playlist for our monthly grocery hauls, and all of that will make more sense to you. $20 for diapers, $80 for miscellaneous household purchases, $20 for coupons, $50 for our fun budget, $25 for Christmas, $60 for yearly expenses, $20 for gifts, and $30 for clothes, as a total of $505. That's how much we pull out each paycheck, not monthly, but paycheck, in cash. With our first paycheck, what we paid out was $600 for rent, $240 for tithing. A lot of people have questions on what our tithing is and what that is. It's a donation that we make to our church. We pay 10% of our income to our church. And then on our first paycheck of the month, what we do is we pay also is a fast offering, or just an additional offering that we make to the church on top of that. So if you want more information about that, always leave me a message and I will, or a comment down below, and I will get back to you about our tithing. Anyways, and then our first paycheck, we paid $90 to our car insurance, $135 to water, $425 into savings. We do a kids account for $60, bi-monthly expenses $697, $25 for motorcycle insurance, Netflix is $11, and Cox, which is our internet, is $60. So this is what we know we need to have our paycheck, the minimum of our paycheck, to look like if we want to get all of this covered. Now, the savings is adjustable, and you guys will see, like I just talked about, that we actually didn't put that full amount in there with each paycheck, because husband didn't work as much overtime. So our second paycheck of the month, we pay $169 for our phone bill, $90 for SDGE, which is our gas and electric, $425 again for savings, rent is $600, tithings $240, kids account is $60, and then bi-monthly expenses was $697, with a total of $2281. So let me show you. I'm going to click over here on savings, and this is going to show you, as of the end of the year, this is where our savings accounts stand. And then this right here is how much money we put into savings. So we put $500 on the first paycheck of the month towards our house savings, and then $60 to the kids account. And then what we use our kids account for is things like preschool registration and extracurricular activities, or school supplies, things like that. It's a totally separate account that we have set aside. And then our second paycheck of the month, we only put $225 into our house savings, which normally our goal is $425. Again, that's because of the couple different mistakes that I made, and then we didn't have any overtime on that paycheck as well. And then another $60 into the kids account. But then we made up for it a little bit with our third paycheck. This says that it went in January because I didn't get to the third paycheck came in on the 30th of December, but I didn't get around to paying bills and things like that till the second. Does that make sense? So this is actually a third paycheck that came in December, but we put $775 into house savings and then $60 to kids. This is our master emergency fund. Eventually, once we get a house and get things settled, our goal is going to be to get about 3 months of expenses, which will be $13,200 into that savings account, or into an additional savings account actually, for that we will not touch. And then this is just kind of like our $1,000 base emergency fund. Does that make sense? Let me know if you need me to clarify that. And this right here, we have $47.15 in there. Our goal is to have $5,000 by the end of the year. So we are a little bit short, but like I said, after our first paycheck in the new year, we will be able to surpass that, and we're going to keep going and kind of just build this out. We would love to have $7,000. We're hoping that our closing costs won't be more than $5,000, and then we can get an additional $2,000 in there before it's time to buy a house, so we can buy any like necessities that we need when we are first-time home buyers, things like appliances or paint or maybe carpet or flooring, things like that. And then this hasn't changed. We have $1,300 set aside for our 10-year anniversary that we recently celebrated, but come the summertime, we will be doing a mini/medium-sized vacation, just the hubby and I. I'm pretty excited. Kids account is up to $458, and then our rent is always around $1,200. At the beginning of the month, it goes down because the $1,200 just automatically gets paid to our landlord, which is blah. I hate paying rent. Let me know down in the comments if you guys hate paying rent as much as I do. I know some people would rather rent than buy, but I just hate spending that money. At least when you're paying towards a mortgage, you know that you're building your equity and things like that. And if you sell the house, hopefully you can get that money back. Anyways, rent is just going into somebody else's pocket. Boo on that. So there you have it. That is all our money. Now you guys know where we spend all our money. Those are all of the numbers for our month of December 2016. It's the new year. We have some big goals. If you'd be interested in kind of seeing what our family's financial goals are, make sure to leave those down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys have learned something. You can see the different ways that we move our money around, where we're putting our savings and all of that. Make sure to check out the playlist down below to all of our previous budget updates, because as of last October, we were still, before October, we are still paying off our debt. So if you are still paying off your debt, you're gonna wanna go check out those budget updates. Also, if you have any questions about the way that our family runs our budget, or suggestions or things that I'm leaving out in our budget that you would like to see, leave all of that down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like these types of videos, and I will keep doing them. Because if you guys don't like them, I don't need to do them. But if you like them, I will keep doing them. Don't forget to download your free Beginners Budgeting Toolkit to get your Excel spreadsheet and then budgeting printables that you can do pen and paper type budgeting. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!